Myself, Anitha. I am studying Junior BPC in ENTAMOEBA GURUKULAM in KOILAKUNTLA. Today we have to discuss about brief information about ENTAMOEBA HISTALYTICA. First of all, we have to discuss about diseases. Diseases are two types. There are infectious diseases, non-infectious diseases. First of all, infectious diseases means the disease which transforms to one person to another person. This is the infectious diseases of man. So examples of infectious diseases means amoebic dysentery, typhoid, malaria. These are the infectious diseases of man. Second one is non-infectious disease. Non-infectious disease, the disease which does not transform into one person to another person. These are the non-infectious stages of man. Example is human genetics, kidney problems, and also the cancers. These are the non-infectious diseases of man. So we have to discuss about ENTAMOEBA HISTALYTICA. ENTAMOEBA HISTALYTICA is a disease. What type of disease? Infectious disease. Infectious disease means it transforms to one person to another person. So we have to classify. First of all, we have to know about the classification of ENTAMOEBA HISTALYTICA. First of all, phylum of ENTAMOEBA HISTALYTICA is Protozoa. Second one, subphylum is, this is the classification. Subphylum is Sarco, Mastigophora. Next class is Rhizopodia. This is the classification of ENTAMOEBA HISTALYTICA. Class phylum is Protozoa, subphylum is Sarcomastigophora, and class is Rhizopodia. We have to discuss about the brief information of ENTAMOEBA HISTALYTICA. ENTAMOEBA HISTALYTICA is a amoebic dysentery disease that it inhabits in the large intestine of man. It causes pathogenic stage. So the ENTAMOEBA HISTALYTICA life cycle is three stages. So first the three stages. The three stages. First one is trophozoite stage. First one is trophozoite stage. Second one is pre-cystic stage. Third one is cystic stage. So in three stages, the ENTAMOEBA HISTALYTICA completes their life cycle. So we have to discuss about firstly trophozoite stage. The trophozoite stage is a most active, motile, and feeding and pathogenic stage. Pathogenic stage means infectious disease. Motile means movement. This is the most active and movement. So second one is it lives in the large mucus and submucous layers of large intestine. Mode of nutrition is through holozoite. It respires anaerobically. It consists of two. First one is outer clear viscous and non-granular ectoplasm, and second one is a non-granular fluid with endoplasm. So we have to discuss about the diagram of trophozoite stage. So it is most active. Motile. Motile means movement. This is the pathogenic stage. Pathogenic disease. Pathogenic disease means infectious. It lives in large intestine of man. So this trophozoite stage consists of two. One is outer clear viscous and non-granular ectoplasm, and this is the inner fluid with granular endoplasm. It produces proteinolysis called it produces protein, and this is the first stage of entamoeba histolytica. Now we have to discuss about the diagram of trophozoite stage. Trophozoite stage. This is the first stage of trophozoite. So this is the pseudopodium. This is the ectoplasm. Endoplasm. RBC with bacterium. Ribosomes. These are ribosomes. Next, these are the RBC with bacterium. This is the nucleolus. This is cartridge shaped nucleus. Next, food vacuoles. Next, this is the ectoplasm. This is the trophozoite stage. This is the trophozoite stage. Secondly, we have to discuss about precystic stage. This is the opposite stage of trophozoite stage. So the precystic stage is non-motile, non-feeding, non-pathogenic stage. This is non-pathogenic stage. Why? Because already the disease entered into the man through trophozoite stage. So that's why this is non-pathogenic stage of this is precystic stage is the non-pathogenic stage. It lives in the lumen of large intestine. Next, it consists of two. What are they? Glycogen granules and chromatide bars. This is the brief information about precystic stage. So now we have to discuss about the precystic stage diagram. Precystic stage is small and oval shape. Oval shape means egg shape. This is the precystic stage shape. So in this stage, what are they present? Chromatide bars and glycogen granules. Nucleus is present, is absent in this stage? Absent. These are the glycogen granules. These are the chromatide bars. So this is a glycogen granules. These are chromatide bars. This is the Pre-cystic stage. This is the pre-cystic stage. Now we have to discuss about cystic stage. What is cystic stage? This is the third stage of ENTAMOEBA HISTALYTICA. This is the infectious stage of man. So, cystic stage. It is a round shape or oval shape?
Round shape.
It is round shape. It lives in the lumen of large intestine. Mode of nutrition through holocyte. So it consists of the nucleus form two mitotic divisions. And form four entamoeba. For entamoeba daughter cell. This that's why we call as tetranucleate system. This is the infective stage of man. Next, it enters into the fecus when it reaches the healthy person. So we have to discuss about the diagram of cystic stage. It is round in shape. It has thin layers. It has thin layers or thick layers? It has thin layers. It is delicate or not? It is a delicate. This is the cystic stage. Cystic stage is small and round. This is the cyst wall. Cyst wall or not? Cyst wall. Inside diagram, what are they present? Chromatide bars and glycogen granules. These are the glycogen granules. These are the chromatide. These are the chromatide bars. In these stages, this is entered into man through large intestine. This is the first stage. First stage is the infective stage of man. This is the pathogenic stage. These are the diagrams of three diagrams of ENTAMOEBA HISTALYTICA. This is the first stage, second stage and third stage. First stage is trophozoite stage and second stage is pre-cystic and third stage is cystic stage. So now we have to discuss about the life cycle of ENTAMOEBA HISTALYTICA, the process of the ENTAMOEBA HISTALYTICA. First of all, they divide into 8 daughter entamoeba. It forms one trophozoite. One trophozoite. This is the first life cycle, first one. So it forms two binary fissions. Binary fissions means 2. So now then it goes to the pre-cystic stage. Pre-cystic stage means this is the pre-cystic stage column. So only glycogen granules, chromatide bars are present. So then the two binary fissions form into pre-cystic stage and then it goes to the cystic stage. After pre-cystic stage, it enters into the cystic stage. So this is the pre-cystic stage and then it goes into cystic stage and it forms that 4 trophozoites are formed and then we call it as 4 tetranucleate system. Next, the chromatide bars are present in this diagram and then it goes. It comes along with fecal matter when they reach into the healthy person. Next, mode of nutrition through it reaches host. It reaches host parasite by contamination of food and water. So this contamination enter into the man through nose and mouth. It enters into the directly enter into large intestine of man and then reach the small intestine of man into mucus and submucous layers. After then they reach into lumen of large intestine. This is the ENTAMOEBA HISTALYTICA enters into the man through. After entering of This is it enter into the man. After it forms, cell walls get ruptured and the cell wall ruptures into the small intestine. Then it goes into the encystic state. Encystic state, it is also called as metacystic. Next, they form into eight daughter entamoeba. These are the these metacysts to form into these metacysts form into 8 daughter entamoeba, and they form 8 daughter entamoeba or metacyst tropocysts which reach the wall of large intestine and became mature tropocytes. Then sometimes the binary fusion of tropocytes are directly enter into the become mature tropocytes directly. They become mature tropocytes and they enter into directly by lungs and kidneys and also large intestine of man. So this is the directly enter into the tropocytes through tropocytes enter into the lungs, kidneys and small intestine, large intestine of man. So what are the carriers? So you know about carriers? You don't know? So carriers. Sometimes these symptoms are not formed in the man. So that people are called as carriers. So what is the pathogenicity? What is the pathogenicity of entamoeba histolytica? Is sometimes enter into the directly enter into the lungs, kidneys and large intestine. So it becomes difficult diseases into the man. So this is the entamoeba histolytica disease. What do you know about entamoeba histolytica? Through contamination of food and water. The two insects are caused the entamoeba histolytica. You know about that cockroach and houseflies. These two are causes the entamoeba histolytica. What are they called? Mechanical vectors. Two insects are called as mechanical vectors. So any have doubts? So what do you know about that? Entamoeba histolytica is a infectious disease or non-infectious disease?
Infectious disease.
Entamoeba histolytica is a infectious disease. This is the amoebic dysentery or not? Amoebic dysentery means infectious diseases. So these three stages, the entamoeba completes their life cycle through these three stages. So you know about entamoeba meaning? So we have to discuss about the meaning of entamoeba. Enteos, entamoeba histolytica. Enteos means within. Amoeba means change. Histos means tissue and lysis means dissolve. So within change, tissues dissolve. The tissues are dissolved in man within change. So this is the meaning of entamoeba histolytica. So this is useful or not? You have to know brief information about entamoeba histolytica.